Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is February 18th, and right now we are looking at the infrared satellite imagery. You can see the monster storm off the coast of California. It's actually going to impact us as well. It'll be spreading some moisture back up over the area at times. It's going to bring some gusty east winds across some of the Cascades of Washington, Oregon. Nothing too crazy though, and it's going to continue to bring some rounds of precipitation, but nothing too heavy as well. However, the extended's still looking promising here. We still have that pattern change showing up, and we'll dive into those details here as we go through the video this morning. Light snow today. This will kind of be wrapping up today. Just a heads up here. National Weather Service Spokane put it out. So just watch out for some slick spots out there and some black ice. You guys know the drill. And taking a look here at the North American model, there is that storm off the coast of California. You can see some of that snowfall wrapping up as we go through the day today and through tonight. And then we get this next round from the southern storm here, and it spreads some moisture back up across Oregon and Washington Cascades, trying to tease a few inches out of that, bring some mountain snow across Idaho here as well. And you can see it kind of continues here as we go on in through tomorrow night. So we'll definitely take it, maybe even spreading some snow up across British Columbia here as well. You can see that low weakening, meandering off our coastline here. And again, we're going to get multiple rounds of that. So hopefully this can overperform and drop a bit more snow than we're expecting across the Washington and Oregon Cascades. Taking a look at the European, let's see what it has to say. There's that monster storm that starts to spread some of that up. Actually, as we go through tonight, some of this actually is going to come up from the south across Oregon tomorrow morning, and again across the Washington Cascade. So again, hopefully this can overperform a little bit here and drop a few inches at least all the way up through British Columbia. And then you see the low continue to meander and spread some precipitation up with it as it just almost sits right off the Washington coast and eventually gets absorbed. And then we start to turn our eyes to the extended forecast. But in the meantime, there's going to be a cutoff low off here that should not affect our weather too much. If we look at 80-meter wind speed, I just want to show you this as well. As a storm off of California here pivots north, it's going to kick up some of these east winds that gets across the Oregon and Washington Cascades. The gorge is going to be blowing again here. Not as bad as last time, but Stampede Gap as well will be going. Also, you can see the offshore flow all the way back out over the Pacific Ocean here on the north side of that deep low off the California coastline. And that's going to continue to meander and then weaken right off one of the Oregon or the Washington coastline, somewhere right off of Beam Astoria, probably as we go into Tuesday afternoon. And if you want a nice affordable home weather station, click on that link down below. Great smartphone app, great weather station, looks great out there, and it's got no batteries, all solar powered, ultrasonic anemometer, haptic rain gauge, so pretty fun station. Now taking a look at the extended forecast, here is the GFS. So in the short term, there's that storm kicking off the coastline here. And by the way, this is 10,000 feet here. So I'm going to show you what's coming with the pattern chains rolling in here. So that low kind of fills and, sits on our coastline there and spreads some moisture back up over the next few days. Cutoff low gets right off the California coastline. Probably not going to stay cut off because of the subtropical jet stream is going to drag it back through. But you can kind of see that cold air across Alaska and some of northern Canada here and out over the Bering Sea. That is eventually going to start to plow down into the Pacific Northwest. Look at that change in the air masses here coming. This would be on in through. This is still looking off in towards the end of next week. So we're still looking a ways out there. But as you've seen, I've been showing this for a few days now, and the pattern change is definitely showing up in all the model runs still. So if we take a look at the European yesterday afternoon, what does it show? Storm system spins and fills off our coastline. Cutoff low gets dropped off here across, just off the shoreline in California. See that colder air starting to make its way down across northern Canada, then plowing down in the Pacific Northwest. Pretty good model agreement, and it's been staying that way. And there's the chance for some strong lows to dive through BC and bring some windy conditions as well. And of course, we'll be ushering in a lot of cold air that will be generating and turning on the snow machine here across BC, Washington, and Oregon. So definitely something to look forward to here. Confidence continues to increase in the pattern change. Here is the GFS. This is last night's run. There's our storm system sitting off the coastline here, cut off low, and then we get the ridge that just kind of backs up and says, all right, come on in, come on down from the north and the west here. And you can see that pattern change coming up here as we go towards the end of February. And then as the GFS continues to show some of this troughing remaining all the way on in through early March as well. So we'll continue to watch that day by day. It's still kind of a fantasy forecast, but definitely confidence increasing. We're almost out of that fantasy range as of right now, and bringing that first initial shot of cold air down, which can hopefully bring some nice mountain snows with it. Now, taking a look here at the European, this is actually the member-wise minimum sea level pressure. And I just kind of want to show you some of these lows that are driving down out of the northwest here. So pretty good pressure gradient here. We might get one of those nice westerly surges across the state as we usher in this cold air mass here. But yeah, we'll watch it and go. You don't want to get too caught up in the details just yet. But again, models are showing that pattern change incoming probably at some point next weekend. Today is Sunday, so we're still looking about a week plus out right now. National Blend of Models, total snow in inches. So you can see some of the snow trying to build up as we go through the next few days. It's not too impressive looking here as we go on in towards what this will be about next Friday afternoon coming up. And then you can see as we scroll towards the weekend, look at that snowpack trying to build up here. And as we go on into, we're looking still almost 10 days out right now, but that signal is there for some nice snowmaking across the higher terrain. Not a strong signal right now for any lower elevation snowfall. So I don't want to get anybody caught up in that. I see some of the hype coming out there for lowland snow. It's not worth getting excited about just yet. We have plenty of time to look at that. Hold your horses at this point. Right now, that northwest flow looks like a big mountain snowmaker. However, you can't rule out some low elevation snow, but right now it's purely a fantasy forecast, and there's really not much to it yet. Hold your horses. Let's wait a little bit first. 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. This goes through February 27th. And near normal here down the west coast. And look at the 8 to 14 day here at the below normal signal. They're definitely catching on to that northwest flow coming down the coastline. This goes all the way through March 2nd. And you can see the slight risk for heavy precipitation does exist. They got the mountain snows going on. This would include BC and some of the Rockies of Idaho, Montana, Alberta as well. And in the risk of high winds with some of these systems diving down here goes all the way through March 1st. So yeah, interesting stuff here. I'm starting to get a little bit excited for that extended forecast upcoming here. We really need to build up the mountain snow, and it would be a nice bonus during an El Nino year for sure. So we'll continue to watch that day by day. I'm probably going down to California today, so I may miss a briefing here over the next day or so. But really, we're not dealing with much except this low is going to be kind of spreading some moisture northward. No crazy storms in the meantime. And then we're going to be watching that northwest flow. And we have plenty of time to look at that. As I mentioned, it's still about a week out at least before that pattern change makes its way in. But of course, as we go day by day, we're going to increase confidence here, and we'll start to be able to pinpoint some of the individual systems that might be coming down in that northwest flow. So anyway, I hope you guys are liking these videos. Click like and subscribe if you want to join me for the live stream here either tonight and most definitely tomorrow for that tornado risk across California. Check me out on California Weather Watch. I run a page for them down there. I know most of you guys already know that, but just kind of putting that out there. If you want to join me for the live stream, that would be cool as well. And hopefully a couple of my moderators show up here because I'll be driving around. I won't be able to moderate a lot of the chat. But anyway, so we'll do this again maybe tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. I'll try to do a briefing once I'm out there. I'll bring my setup with me and see if I can do one on the road. And if not, I may miss a day or, on the next couple of days. But otherwise, I will be out there live streaming. You'll be able to check with me then. And I'll talk to you guys when I get back.